Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy, Jay Divine. All right, man, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. If you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get up into it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not taken advantage of this already, go on and hit the link in the description box down below. Get your GameFly subscription if you want to pay for another EA Sports product. 30 days, free trial, cancel whenever you want. Keep the games for as long as you want. But yeah, go and hop to that, man. Go and check that out. Link in the description box down below. But now that that's out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to showcase these two clips here, and I want to go by these one at a time because, you know, we're getting back into that realm of somehow these coverages are dumbing out. And before I made this video, I wanted to try to understand the coverage and as to why it happened, right? So this play is a 3 double buzz, right? So all I did was what you see. I took pretty much, I made both. Well, not both. I made the free safety. I put him back in the deep blue, and then the guy who was supposed to, which is my middle linebacker, who was supposed to be in the deep blue, I made him into a middle read, and then the guy who was in the hook zone already in the strong safety, I left him there. That's all I did to the play. Now, if you look at this play during motion, you see that, and I slowed it down, you see that my corner on the left side decided to somehow, for whatever reason, ignore the wide receiver that was in front of him, and he decides to just pretty much go on ahead and do his own thing, and that's just the end of it. And luckily, he overthrew it, so we all know there should have been touchdown, you know what I'm saying, because I was a blown coverage. But I was trying to understand as to why that happened, right? Because I'm not sure if this was a match type of thing. I'm not sure if this was just a regular cover 3 sky. I'm not sure if this was, you know, I'm not really too certain as to why this happened. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this just looks like blown coverage. Now, I don't really know why this happened. So I tried to search around to see exactly, you know, where, you know, what rules were in place in terms of coverage. You know what I'm saying? What everybody else's responsibility is. But I just couldn't understand as to why that happened. Now, again, like I said, I lucked out. Now, the first time this happened, I was like, well, okay, well, maybe I did something wrong, right? So in the second clip here, this play was just a cover 3 cloud. I didn't do anything to the corner on the left side, the inside corner on the left, the middle linebacker. I didn't do anything to anyone else except for the corner that was on the cloud flat. The corner on the cloud flat, I just took his cloud flat and I stemmed it up a couple yards just to make his cloud flat a little higher. So that's literally all I did. And when the play ran, the same exact thing happened again. For some weird reason, the corner on the left side decided to, I guess, cross man and decided to run all the way across the field and blew the coverage again. Mind you, this is right after the last play I just showed you. Right after it. So I'm trying to figure out, like, why are we still, it seems like we're still dealing with a cross man issue. I don't know what it is, but it seems like this is an ongoing thing in college football 26. Now, I didn't experience it anytime after this, but the simple fact that 2 times in a row, back to back, I was able to experience this, this is not something that, as somebody who is trying to find the fun in college football, I shouldn't be seeing this a whole lot. You know what I mean? Because again, let this be one of those times where I just scored and I'm trying to stop him from scoring. I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't have a chance to try to get a touchdown and take over and win the game. Now, if I do that and, you know, he decides to win the game, how am I supposed to feel? You know what I mean? I know I didn't do anything in regards to making it to where my corner decided to cross man all the way across the field and leave his assignment that was in front of him wide open. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at these factors. You can't just look at this as a flub up, because you got to look at the situations that this can happen in. This can happen in, again, like I said, in a time where I'm trying to win the game and stop you from scoring because I just came off of a drive where I fought through hell and high water just to make sure that I can score. And then now it's time for me to lock in on defense. And then when I get on defense and I watch my guy do that, how am I supposed to feel? How am I supposed to remain, quote unquote, a good sport when I see things like this? We really need to start, like, I ain't gonna say beta testing, but we really need to start actually stress testing these products. Because when you don't stress test it, this is how things like this happen in the full launch release. And then we have to wait 3 and 4 patches in the year, midway throughout the year, to at least have a decent game. Again, people want to say that college football 26 is fun, and I'm not going to argue that point, because there are moments where you can have fun. But let's not let the whole idea of college football 26 being fun override the idea that these things happen and can negatively impact the game. You can't keep overlooking these things, because if you keep overlooking them, you're going to make it to where Every single year when college football drops, it's always going to have something in the game that either makes or breaks it, or it's always going to be something in the game where, like how the PA rollouts, right? It's going to be to a point where certain plays you can't run because either the logic isn't set right, the coding isn't set right, or the rules itself inside of the play isn't set right because you might have made certain adjustments or whatever the case was. We got to make sure that we're keen to these things and make sure that we have a consistent, cohesive product, because 2 times in a row, back to back, is unacceptable. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Divine, and I'm signing out. Peace.